Today you were given homework on page 22 of the packet for the chapter. You were assigned just the chart at the top of the page. I have created a similar chart, different numbers, so that I can show you an example of how the calculation should be completed. So we learned about the percentages of each type of base in a DNA molecule. And we know that adenine and thymine should be equal, and cytosine and guanine should be equal, and that all of this should add up to 100%. So if you are given the percentage of adenine in the DNA of some organism, you can figure out then the percentage of thymine because it should be equal with the percentage of adenine in that organism. So if it's 21% adenine, it's 21% thymine. Likewise, if you're given 29% of the guanine, you know the cytosine then because cytosine and guanine should be equal to each other. If you add all of those together, they should add up to 100%. So that's always a quick way to check and make sure that you've added your bases or that you've put the correct numbers in because they will add up to 100%. In the second one, it gives me the percent of cytosine and the percent of thymine. So again, we can figure out the percentage of the other bases because we know that cytosine and guanine should be equal and adenine and thymine should be equal. So if we start with the cytosine, it gives us 12% is cytosine. Then I look at the guanine and I say, well, if cytosine is 12%, guanine is 12%. Likewise with the thymine, if thymine is 38%, I know adenine should be equal to that, so adenine should be 38%. Again, an easy way to check this is always to see if it adds up to 100, and if you take 38, 12, 12, and 38, it will add up to 100. Last but not least, if we look in the bottom row here, they're only giving us one number, and that is the percentage of thymine. So we know that thymine and adenine are equal, which means if I have 33% thymine, I will have 33% of the adenine. But they haven't given us any numbers for the cytosine or the guanine. So I have to figure out what total percentage of the 100 has already been used up. So if I have 33% and 33% being taken up by the adenine and the thymine, that means that 60% of the entire DNA molecule has already been taken for adenine and thymine. When I take that out of the 100% that would be total, that tells me that I will have 34% that is remaining for the cytosine and the guanine. And that 34% has to be split equally between the cytosine and the guanine because I have equal amounts of cytosine and guanine. So dividing the 34 by 2 tells me the amounts of both cytosine and guanine that I will have, and that means I will have 17% that is cytosine and 17% that is guanine. Again, a quick check of your math to make sure that you did it correctly would be to add all the numbers together and see if they add up to 100%, and they do in this case.